If you are doing everything, you are not doing anything at all. Think about that one. How you do one thing is how you do everything. These two might be contradictory, but in today's video, I'm going to explain to you why and how can you use it to your best benefit. When you think that you are so blessed with all the talents that given to you, you can do many things. It also occurs because while other people, they can just pick one thing and they focus 100% at it and they make it in life, you are over here spreading yourself thin because there are too many things that you are interested in. If that's the case, I am here to help you today. How to stop getting distracted. In the meantime, using those distractions to help build you to become the best version and ready for your calling. It is not a curse, it's a blessing if you know how to distract yourself the right way. Hi, my name is Delilah. Welcome to my channel. Here are the chapters. Let's dive right in. I am good with a lot of things. This is how I've always been all my life. I am confused as hell about what I want to do. I can cook really well. I love baking. I was working as a chef. I was in the beauty business for almost 10 years. I was doing makeup, facial, eyelashes, permanent makeup. I become a florist at time, an insurance agent, a waitress. And especially when you are so good with everything, you keep jumping from interest to interest. From the outside world or even to yourself, you could feel like a failure deep inside because it seems like you can't stick to one thing. But in today's video, I like to share with you that there is a way. But first, I need you to find your why. So how do you find your why? Your why should be your intrinsic motivation. It's not by society, family, partner, peer, views, subscriber, likes of what people think you should be doing just because you are good at it. You should do what speaks to your soul the most. Let's say if tomorrow is your funeral, for example, knock on wood, don't want to jinx it. And if someone is making a speech about you, what would you like for them to say? Ali Abdaal has in his book, right here, Feel Good Productivity. When you are thinking about yourself in a deathbed or when you pass away, it's a great way to really understand what is your true purpose. What is your real intrinsic motivation versus just living day by day, following the easiest. What is the job that seems to fit you? Now, I understand that we have to make money. This is why we're going to the next part. We are turning our interest into something that support our purpose. So we use the distraction that could have keep us stuck, but instead we use it as a fuel to push our drive, build a strong system for our purpose. Not just see what you're good at, because you can be so good at something, but deep inside, you don't have the joy of doing it. I was really good with waitressing. That doesn't mean that I enjoy to be a waitress. Now, there are people who are the best waiter and waitress ever, and they are so happy just being where they at. But if this urge is calling you that you are at the wrong place, then you really need to look deeper into what is truly your calling. Well, what if your calling is something that is really far away and it seems like you can't reach it? Let's say you want to become a singer, but all you have is a good voice. How do you get yourself out there if you don't have an investor, a studio, chance to put yourself through school? You can't just quit everything and try to pursue being a singer. If you are very privileged and you have money in the bank, you can stop working for the whole year and pursue on your music industry, then go for it. But a lot of us, we don't have the privilege to do that. So in the meantime of pursuing being a singer, you can look at your passion and all your interests to see what makes you the best money. Not the best money in a way where it take away your energy and it make you stress, take away your time from pursuing your main purpose. For example, I like to be a speaker. However, language barrier. English is my second language. I didn't go to college. Deep inside, I know that it is my soul calling. How do I know it? Because if one day I'm able to just speaking to you guys, either on the stage or through a YouTube video, and I don't get paid for it at all, and I'm financially stable, would I still do it? Hell yeah, I would. And why is that? Because my speaking comes from love. It comes from me wanting to share my messages, wanting to improve myself so I can help others improve themselves. It's a lot deeper than just be on a channel. Let me just try to chase the fame. That is the reason why I don't have that many subscribers, but I'm not giving up because I stay with my purpose. A lot of times it takes a lot for us to get to where we want. It's not an overnight success. If it's really a true calling and purpose, you are in it for the long haul. You will take the challenges. You will go through whatever it takes to get yourself there. That means getting the education that you need, having the money to pay for the classes, to level yourself up. Now, if I go back to be a chef, even though I only worked 2 days on a weekend, it takes me many hours to prep and the whole week to set up a schedule of step by step what to do, because we serve 13 courses in 2 hours for customers. So it's a lot of thinking, and each courses have 10 different elements, ingredients. That's not even including the platings and all the decor. I love being a chef, don't get me wrong. But if I keep pursuing and doing that, how would I have the creation, the relax, the calmness, extra time to study more, to learn more English, to take classes, and to put my energy on my true calling, which is not making me any money right now? So I would look at what can make me money. Maybe not as much money as when I was being a chef, but it can still give me the privilege to just sit there and observe more information. That is why I would choose to be a part-time florist and a lash technician. So what happened is I can just put the headset on, turn on meditation music, have the client knocked out while I'm still listening and learning, listening to Audible. Or if I'm doing flower, which I will be doing today for a bachelorette party as well, I can just listen to my motivation and use that time to create and think about what's the next content I'm going to write about. So you are going to use what makes you money to continue pushing you, supporting you on the purpose of life that you want to pursue. If you are picking that, you need to stay with that and stop getting distracted. Not going to lie. 2 weeks in a row, I love baking, so I spend time in the kitchen, and I said I need to master on bread, which I did. I made the best bread ever. I didn't stop after that. I literally slowed down on editing my YouTube video this week because I spent 2 days of baking instead of focusing on what I really want to do. And I didn't feel good after that because it should just be a hobby. So you need to prioritize what truly makes you happy. It's okay to take a break here and there, because when we are focused in something too much and we are putting ourselves in the lack stage, the yearning stage, is not good either. So you need to find a balance where a hobby will take your stress out, but you need to come back. It's never about being distracted or falling off 1 or 2 days. It's about how you get up the next day after that. Determine how much you want to get back on your feet. So always swing back as fast as you can is a true definition of resilience. Not making excuses and take the whole week off, fall into the lazy trap. Keep this in mind. Doubt, self-doubt, naysayers, they are everywhere, and they will be ready anytime to take you down. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to put yourself down in its place. I don't care what anybody out there say about you. They are not here to determine how you are going to live your life. But if your inner self is doubting you, then you need to work on your subconscious mind. Dig deep into why you believe that you cannot make it. If your dream don't scare you, they are not big enough. Have new dreams. It's gonna be uncomfortable. There will be time that you will hear your self-doubt creep up and tell you, do not continue to pursue this. go back to the old job. It fits you better. It pays the money. And you can just settle for the rest of your life. Whenever those thoughts happen, I want you to go back to your why and remember, if tomorrow is your last day, are you really happy with the decision of just to settle and just to live a life where it's not even in line with your authenticity? One step at a time, but never give up. Take baby steps. Do you know how many successful people out there that you see and people think that, oh my God, they just got success overnight? Those are the people who sacrifice their life. 1,000 people out there want the exact same thing you want. Maybe even more, 10,000, 100,000. What makes you different? It's all about your ability to continue going no matter what. The next thing is you need to stop being a perfectionist. For the last 5 videos, I was embarrassed by my English, but I had a few constructive criticism. So I got so freaked out in my head and I would write script word to words and I was trying to look at the note and read it out loud to you. What happened is it slowed my thoughts down and it slowed down my flow to the point that I was uncomfortable being myself in front of the camera because all I can think of is, am I saying something wrong? Of course, you always have to try to improve and be better, but that is not a process that is overnight. So instead of beating yourself up, continue to be yourself while you are learning to get better. Eventually, you will get better. Don't be like that because it took me 15 hours to edit a video. And even though it turned out smooth to you, but deep inside when I was editing it, I was so uncomfortable and irritated because I was not in the flow. So right now I'm talking to you, I have no keynote. This is the first thing that come up in my mind. I wake up this morning and I know I need to share. And my English is not perfect, but it doesn't matter. I am working my way toward it and I will never stop because this is my purpose. This is my calling. So a little mistake doesn't define who I am and it should not define who you are or slow you down on your own process, my love. Now let's talk about distraction. I like to share 2 things today. Of course, there are so many things I want to share with you guys, but I believe that these 2 things, if you can achieve it, you are going to the next level of shifting your focus to what truly matters. If I catch myself waking up in the morning and start scrolling on my phone, if I don't pull myself out fast enough, my brain will be foggy. I cannot think after that. I cannot study. I would open a book and I would want to go to sleep. So do not scroll, especially in the morning and before you go to bed. An average person spends 20 years of their life scrolling. That's 20 years in jail. You don't want to continue to do that to yourself while you can use that time to do so many meaningful things in life, things that truly serve you, things that will elevate and level yourself up. I would try to read the first thing in the morning, meditate or read before I go to bed. And if I really want to scroll, I would do it before 9 p.m. and I stop then and then I read for about 30 minutes before I go to bed or journal or do whatever it takes. I like to journal in the morning or at night because when you can really get all your thoughts out and that's when you can really receive the message that you are meant to receive from your higher self. As much as you want to use your brain for the whole day, it can only be sharpened in about less than 5 hours, especially for people with ADHD. During those moments, you can be laser focused in your project. So make a commitment to yourself that you do not touch your phone. Use a phone lock, set a timer, and if you work on your phone, then you need to use your strong willpower. Because if you just make excuse, hey, I'm just gonna scroll for 5 minutes after 30 minutes of doing the work, most of the time you will be drawn into continue scrolling and it will come out bad because when you come back to work, your mind will be everywhere. Even though you think that you can easily brush things off, but it doesn't happen that way. And by doing this, you are training your brain and you're building your self-esteem as well. Hey, I said I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. You are not going against your words. This is when your brain can learn to respect you. in the future you can continue to do the same activity and not getting distracted. The next thing I'd love for you to have is a habit tracker. I have a really good morning routine and I think I'm very productive. But before I have this habit tracker, there are some days I fall back. I don't really know what I'm falling back on. Don't get me wrong. I have a full schedule of the things I need to do. But when you have a habit tracker, especially if you have a competitive personality, like me, you would want to compete the old you from yesterday. So what happened is I would list down 20 habits. And in that 20 habits, I would break down, let's say workout. There's sometimes I put yoga, hiking, gym, or Zumba. And self-care, it would be skincare, hair, eyelashes, multivitamin. And for meditation, it will be affirmation, music, manifestation. You would mark whatever you've done, okay? I don't care if it's small little habit. That is the trick. I only have it for 2 weeks, but even on the day that I didn't feel like doing anything, I still consider do what it takes to mark down because I am so competitive with my own self and I want to beat the one from yesterday. And I seen these tracking habit apps on the phone. You can download it. I believe it's free. For me, I like to keep it exactly where I can see it every day and I can track my own process. It's such a satisfying feelings. And I heard about this before, but until I finished reading the book Atomic Habit over and over again, because I believe that if you love a book, you need to read it a few times for it to really sink into your mind. The way the author explained it is if you have a tracking habit and even on the day that you fall back, let's say the 2 weekend, I fall back, I only do 7 of the checklists. You would not allow yourself to fall back in the next week because you see how much progress you made throughout the whole last week. And to see 2 days where you didn't mark yourself up enough, you would want to push more. You would want to pursue more. And believe me, there are some days, like yesterday, I didn't feel like get out of bed at all. I just want to lay there and scroll. Usually I would go to the gym and I would do body pump. I felt like I cannot handle that much workout right now. So I chose a 20-minute workout on YouTube. And as I finished it, I was like, okay, I can do another 20 minutes of yoga. And I searched for the yoga release stress and they teach me how to do a certain type of breathing and I did it and oh my goodness, I felt so relaxed afterward. I went outside, watered a tree, take care of the feral cats, have a conversation with my neighbor. I came back in, started cooking, packing food for my partner tomorrow for lunch. And I felt like a complete different person, even though it's not my best time of the month, but I can still overcome it. So it makes me feel more motivated today to wake up and I'm like, let me just make a video. I want to share my experience. So never underestimate the little things you do that can change your mindset. I try to eat healthy food during those days, even though my brain is calling for bad food, sweet and everything. But I'm like, no, I will feel even worse after. So it's like the true understanding and the discipline during these days that you need to have for yourself. There you have it. You can be distracted in a way that will help and improve your growth and serve your purpose. You might be even disappointed when you focus on one thing too much and you don't get the result that you want. Find out the way that works best for you. Eliminate all distraction. Progress over perfection. Know that you are working on it. So don't beat yourself up if you are not perfect. If you are not dealt with the card that other people have, it doesn't mean that you are behind. You are never behind. You are exactly where you at. Especially if you are focusing on growing. I just want to remind you, if nobody tell you today, if you are watching this video and you are here until the end, you should be very proud of yourself. Celebrate every small wins. That's how you signal to your brain that you are worth it and you can do it. Follow that habit tracking. Believe me, especially if you have ADHD and you are very competitive, you can shift the energy into truly compete with the old you from yesterday versus envying, getting jealous and comparing yourself to others out there. We all have different journey. The only time I would compare myself to another person out there is to be inspired by them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you love this, I think you would like this next. I'm going to start my Zumba now because I will do what it takes to keep my vibration high even during the low day, and you can do it too. See you in the next video. Sending you so much love and encouragement. Love you guys. Bye-bye.